And Ohayo gozaimasu from Yoyogi National Stadium Gymnasium number 2 in Tokyo. It is the third and final day of the WUBS. And the early game today is a matchup between Sydney University from Australia and NCCU from Chinese Taipei. Both teams won their consolation bracket games yesterday and are now competing for 5th place. My name is Zach Ikuma. Glad to be here again, and I will be on the call. So let's take a look at last year's results. Of course, De La Salle University, which won yesterday's semifinal and is going to the final today. That game will be held later this afternoon. Were champs last year, and Korea University runners-up, and it's actually going to end up becoming a rematch of these two teams as they compete for the championship later today. And as you see the past champions in the previous years, this is the 4th annual WUBS. Of course, NCCU, the Griffins, who are playing momentarily, were the champions in 2023. And also, Ateneo de Manila University were the top dogs in 2022. So a quick recap on the mission of what the WUBS stands for. It's an international basketball championship for individual university teams established in 2022 to elevate the level of university basketball in Asia. It aims to create a stage where passionate and ambitious young talents who represent the world can shine, and that all happens here at Yoyogi number 2, the mecca of amateur basketball in Japan. Here are the 8 teams competing in this tournament. Of course, unfortunately, the University of Philippines and Hong Kong University, based off their losses yesterday, their second consecutive losses, have bowed out from the tournament. Still competing in day 3 are the other 6 teams, but as you see, De La Salle, Sydney University, Korea University, NSSU, Nikkei Dai, NCCU, the Griffins from Chinese Taipei, and the JUBF select team. Recapping the tournament bracket, so we look back to a couple days ago, the early game there, it was De La Salle defeating NCCU. So as a result, NCCU now in the consolation round. Of course, they won yesterday, they beat HKU, so hence they're in the 5th place game today. But then JUBF defeating Hong Kong University on day 1 as well to advance to the semifinal. Of course, they lost yesterday. So now they are in the 3rd place game that'll be taking place later today. On day 1 also, NSSU, Nikkei Dai won, and Korea University won. Today, the 3rd place game will be between JUBF and Nikkei Dai. And the 5th place game, which is about to begin, is between NCCU and Sydney University. So looking at these respective schools, so for NCCU, the Griffins, it's their 4th time at the WUBS. Actually, they're the only team in the history of the WUBS who have competed in every tournament. And as mentioned earlier, they were champs in 2023. They finished in 3rd place last year. Like every team at this tournament, NCCU is a powerhouse in their domestic college league as they have won the last 5 UBA titles, the college ranks in Chinese Taipei, and are actually 50-0 in league play in the last 3 seasons. Can you believe it? They are undefeated the last 3 seasons domestically. Taking a look at their roster today, number 2, Techi Shu, he's the captain. Number 5 is Chen Wei Chen. Number 6, Yuda Shea. Number 8, Wei Zhawang. Number 9, En-Yu Lin. Number 10, Shin Hao Sung, the star player of the team. Number 12, Su Hao Lin. Number 13, Li Cheng Pen. Number 23, Zi Kai Wu. He's one of the big 3 as well on this team. Number 34, Mohamedou Njai. Number 47, Zheng Yao Fu. Number 50, Bubakar Mboop. And Bubakar Mboop is the guy I think that a lot of people are really looking forward to seeing dominate today. Of course, the big 3 yesterday, Shu and Lin, Su-Hao Lin, and Wu sat yesterday. They didn't play, but Bubakar Mboop did, and he ended up recording 17 points, 11 rebounds, and a block. So a double-double. The previous day, on day 1, against De La Salle, he scored 9 points and recorded 12 rebounds. So he is a handful. He's 208 centimeters. He's 6'11". He is a real, true big body, and that's going to pose a challenge for Sydney University, who's probably going to counter with their big man, Harry Evans. The head coach for NCCU is Ziwei Chen. Obviously, a very, very successful program that he runs in Taiwan as NCCU, the Griffins. Like I said, they're 50-0. Can you believe this? In league play over the last 3 seasons. Of course, they did lose to De La Salle on day 1 here, but nevertheless, a powerhouse. I mean, who knows, if they hadn't faced De La Salle on day 1, they could have been moving on to the semifinal and then possibly the finals. So now let's take a look at Sydney University. So for them, it's their 3rd consecutive year that they are taking part in this tournament. They finished 4th last year. Yesterday, they defeated the University of the Philippines Fighting Maroons. They're actually a powerhouse team. They defeated the Fighting Maroons in the consolation bracket game. So they are here now playing NCCU for 5th place. Taking a look at the roster. Number 2, Iggy Mitchell. Number 3, Brandon Salas. Number 5, Jesse Weinstein. Number 6, Chandler Skelton. Number 7, Jesse's older brother, Jake Weinstein. Number 9, Johnny Woodcock. Number 10, Keanu Goring. Number 11, Robbie Moore. Number 14, Mitch Smith. Number 17, Harry Evans, the 7-footer, 212 centimeters. 21, Josh Spark. And number 76, Ben Williams. Taking a look at the guy that, obviously has been very dominant the last 2 days is number 2, Iggy Mitchell. As well, he put on a show yesterday. He put on a show the day before, but yesterday, 25 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 steals. I mean, he can do it all on both ends, inside and outside. He completely dominated the game and helped Sydney University defeat the University of the Philippines. Great player, 194 centimeters. Looks actually even bigger than that. He's a junior. He actually has already played on the NBL circuit, the top division, pro division in Australia. He played for the Sydney Kings as a developmental player and will be playing for the NBL 1 Norths in the upcoming season. So, and here is the head coach, Indy Faithful, for the University of Sydney. He actually was a former player as well. He's a former player, played at Wofford College in the United States, and for the NBL played for the Illawarra Hawks, who actually were a championship team this year, but he's a former player on those teams, on those clubs. So as we get ready for a game between Sydney and NCCU for 5th place, of course, they wish that they were either in the semifinals yesterday and then on to the finals today, but they will be competing for 5th place. Here is the officiating crew, the crew chief, Yuji Hirahara, the first umpire, Haruga Iwai, and Kohei Takano is the 2nd umpire. So tip-off, moments away. 11:30 local time is the tip-off time.
World University Basketball
And
Series
a well-attended game again, once again, today here at Yoyogi. Starting lineups being announced by the arena MC, Patrick Yu. So the starting lineup for NCCU, Chengchi Shu, Shin Hao Sung. Those 2 will man the backcourt. Lee Cheng Pan, Si Kai Wu, one of the big stars on this team. And also Boubacar M. Boop. Boubacar and Boop, an exchange student from Senegal. And for Sydney University, the aforementioned Iggy Mitchell, Brandon Salas, and Jake Weinstein. So it'll be guard heavy. Robbie Moore. And the man in the middle, Harry Evans, he's getting knocked around there by his much smaller teammates in comparison, but again, a real footer. He's 212 centimeters, 7-footer. So that matchup is definitely going to be interesting between Boubacar and Boob and Harry Evans, that's for sure. So the crowd is pumped up, big contingency from Taiwan and also from Australia. So definitely probably an NCCU Griffins favoring crowd, Taiwanese heavy crowd here at Yoyogi. But again, Sydney University with their big win yesterday against UP, 96-77. They were really able to get into the paint against UP. Meanwhile, NCCU had a blowout victory against HKU yesterday, Hong Kong University, 102-48. So we tip off. Sydney wins the tip. Robbie Moore, Jake Weinstein. Over to Harry Evans. The dribble, handoff to Iggy Mitchell. Iggy Mitchell, the floater. No good. Boubacar and Boop with the rebound. And NCCU goes to work. Pan can't get it to go. Robbie Moore with the rebound. Robbie Moore using the screen to the wing. Salas. And this is an N1 basket by Harry Evans.
Number 17, Harry Evans. Foul on NCCU, number 13, Pan.
A great pass from Brandon Salas. Good finish by Harry Evans. So he's going to be a handful for NCCU all morning long. Because we are still in the AM, so it's good morning still, right? NCCU. Here's Shu inside the Pan. Pan can't get it to go. Australia on the run on the break. Brandon Salas slowing it down. Here's Iggy Mitchell. Bounce pass to the corner. Jake Weinstein knocks it down. So
number 7, Jake Weinstein.
Sydney takes an early 6-0 lead here. Boubacar and Boop going to work. Boubacar and Boop off the glass, can't finish. Sydney ball is loose. And Shu gets to it. Sung from the wing, it's no good. And they're still scrambling for it. And Boop comes up with it. And Boop down low, high off the glass. And NCCU come up with their first points. So Boubacar and Boop showing his strength. And here's a quick shot for Sydney. Nails the three-pointer. Robbie Moore. So Sydney University takes the 9-2 lead. Here's Wu to Sung. Sung pulls up. Sung falls down on his back, but nails the bucket. 9-4, and a quick shot from Sydney University going on the other way. And here's Boubacar and Boop. Fancy dribble. Good handle. Can't finish though. Loose ball. Guys diving for it. Here's Robbie Moore with a bounce pass. Iggy Mitchell, the up and under. So Iggy Mitchell showing off his athleticism. Sydney playing very up-tempo. 11-4 lead right now. Boubacar and Boop try to enter it into the post. Backing it in, but loses the handle. Last touch by Sydney University. It's NCCU ball.
NCCU, number 47, Fu Zongyang.
So Fu checks in for NCCU, Zhongyang Fu. And Coach Chen with some maybe strict advice to Pan. The wing three misses. Here's Weinstein who comes up with the rebound. Weinstein bringing it up. Iggy Mitchell. Robbie Moore, the quick three. He knocks it down. So another three-pointer for Robbie Moore. So Sydney takes a 10-point lead. Here's Sung. Sung navigating traffic, kicking it out. Wu from the corner, it's no good. Weinstein with the rebound. Weinstein to Iggy Mitchell. Iggy Mitchell back to Weinstein. Using the Harry Evans screen. Back to Evans from the top of the key, the three-pointer. So three-pointers. Sydney University, efficient three-point shooting early on, and NCCU needs to call a timeout. Let's take a look at these 4 3-pointers that Sydney University has come up with already. Here's Jake Weinstein. And then moments later from a similar spot, that's Robbie Moore. And then Robbie Moore again from the other wing. And then this time, it's the big man, Harry Evans. So 4 3-pointers right off the bat. And Sydney University takes an early 17-4 lead. So far, so good for the Lions. And for NCCU, they really need to think about, how are they going to stop these 3-pointers by Sydney University? Of course, Sydney yesterday defeated the University of Philippines with a lot of shots from inside the paint, and perhaps NCCU was a little bit worried about those paint points, the paint presence by Sydney University getting into the paint. So far, it's been more than kickouts from the paint. It's been a lot of fast break 3-pointers for Sydney University. So, NCCU trying to gather themselves, and Boop against Harry Evans, and Boop, strong move. No, can't get it to go. And Sydney University on the break again. Iggy Mitchell. Iggy Mitchell, shake and bake. Iggy Mitchell, the 3-pointer. The 5th 3 for Sydney University. Sydney with a 20-4 lead, a commanding lead early. Oh, and here's a pull-up by Chengchi Shu while he was getting fouled, so an N1 play.
Foul, Lions, number 3, Salas, first personal.
Brandon Salas got his hand on the closeout, making contact with Chengchi Shu.
Number 5, Jesse Weinstein, and number 14.
But so far, I mean, boy, oh boy, it's been Sydney's sharpshooting. Sydney University's 5 of 6 from beyond the arc. Chengchi Shu makes the free throw. And here's Sydney University going to work again. Robbie Moore, Salas, hand off to Weinstein. Mid-Smith is in, Mid-Smith off the bounce pass, he draws the foul.
Foul, NCCU, number 15.
So as you can see, Mboop left his feet. Boubacar Mboop with his first personal foul. This is NCCU's second team foul. 5:51 remaining in the first quarter. Mid-Smith, who scored 10 points yesterday, also recorded 4 rebounds, the 4th-year senior. He's the 6'3", somewhat undersized power forward for Sydney University. In fact, as they go to this small lineup, while Harry Evans takes a breather. So, NCCU trying to climb out of a hole, an early hole here. Boubacar Mboop, 2-man game with Chengchi Shu. Pass to the corner, drive, the drive no good. Loose ball, Singhao Sung with the N1. Singhao Sung, who didn't play yesterday, got the ball back, and so for not the biggest guy, because he's 185 centimeters, a 6'1" player, scuffling down low. Singhao Sung scored 20 points in the opening game against DLSU, so one of the top scorers for NCCU. Makes the free throw, so NCCU now with 10 points, but still an 11-point deficit. And here's Jesse Weinstein with Salas, Jesse, Robbie Moore, a lot of movement, bodies and ball moving from the top of the key. Jesse Weinstein drives, kicks it out, no, it's intercepted by Wu. NCCU on the break, Wu pulls up, no good. So the mid-range didn't go. Here's Robbie Moore on the break. Nice pass to Mid-Smith inside. Mid-Smith can't get it to go. So it's NCCU again going to work. Here's Lin. Lin driving, but stripped. Iggy Mitchell to Robbie Moore. Robbie Moore pulls up from the same spot. This time it's no good. So earlier he had made that three-pointer. Here's Lin with the jump shot, the three. Suhao Lin. So this is NCCU's first three of the game. They're 1 for 4 today from three-point land. And it's an 8-point game. Here's Iggy Mitchell almost losing the handle. Mitchell draws the foul.
Foul. NCCU. Number 2, pair. It's going to be first personal and team's third. And substitution.
So this is Suhao Lin's pull-up 3 earlier.
Jake Weinstein.
Suhao Lin.
Ben Williams.
He scored 11 points yesterday.
34, Naye.
And as you see, number 34,
number 8,
Mohamedou Njai checks in for NCCU, as does Ben Williams for Sydney University. Iggy Mitchell at the line. Sydney trying to make it a double-digit lead again. 4:18 left in the first quarter. Jake Weinstein checks back in, giving Robbie Moore a breather, and hence now it is the Weinstein brothers in the backcourt for Sydney University. So, a double-digit lead for Sydney University, and NCCU trying to climb back out. Here's Sung driving, faking, and draws the foul.
Lions. Number 14, Smith.
Nice fake move there.
His first personal team's
And draws
third.
the foul from number 14, Mitch Smith. That's his first personal and the team's third. So Sung at the line, but the first free throw is too strong.
Number 10, Shing. One more shot.
As you see, a huge contingent of NCCU fans here at Yoyogi. Takes the second one. Sydney with a 9-point lead. Here's the younger Jesse Weinstein bringing the ball up. Getting it back from Iggy Mitchell. Inside Iggy Mitchell, intercepted by Sung. A good behind-the-back move by Wu. Wu drives, kicks it out. Sung from the wing, it's short. But here's Lin again. Lin can't get it to go, but another chance for NCCU. Wu, Suhao Lin. Suhao Lin with the drive, and the nice layup. So cutting into the Sydney University lead. Now it's a 7-point Sydney lead. Ben Williams. Ben Williams, oh, Suhao Lin getting his hand in there. They're gonna call a foul, almost a steal.
Foul, NCCU, number 10, Shin Hao-sung.
Yeah, reach and foul here
First
by
personal, team's 4.
Sin Hao Sung, his first. The inbounds pass, oh, it's deflected. Actually bobbled by Ben Williams, and it is NCCU ball. So pressure from NCCU. So Sung, who averaged 17 points a game in the UBA, the domestic league regular season. Sung pulls up, too strong, the second chance, and one. T-Kai Wu. T-Kai Wu, who averaged 11 points per game in the WUBS last year here in Tokyo, and in the opening game against DLSU, who scored 21 points. That was Ben Williams charged with the foul. So now NCCU going on a bit of a run here. This free throw misses, but it's still a 5-0 run, and they get a second chance opportunity here. Suhao Lin loses the handle. Suhao Lin. Shot clock at 5 seconds. Oh, and they are going to call an offensive foul on NCCU. So they weren't able to take advantage of that extra possession. Offensive foul on number 34, Mustafa Njai, as he checks out. He actually used to play high school ball here in Japan at Hachioji. And a timeout is called here by Sydney University. So as NCCU goes on a 5-0 run, Indy Faithful calls time to try and stop that run. Still a 5-point lead for Sydney, but getting a little bit uncomfortable. Under 3 minutes left in the first quarter. So obviously, one of the leading factors for this run, number 12, Su Hao Lin, knocking down this three. 5 points today, but simply the fact that NCCU has started to knock down their shots has not allowed Sydney University to go on the fast break and make those open threes. So NCCU cutting in to the lead here. Sydney, what was a 10-point lead, now a 5-point lead. So Sydney University obviously trying to come up ways to see, how can they get those stops against NCCU and how could they run again. As you see, here are some USID fans, the Go Lions sign, that homemade sign maybe, that they perhaps brought from all the way from Australia. Sydney University, they open their UBL season day after tomorrow. They actually fly home to Sydney tonight. What an unbelievable schedule, a tough schedule for them. Mid Smith, Iggy Mitchell to Mid Smith. Now Mid Smith driving, Mid Smith, high off the glass, is no good, gets his own rebound. Mid Smith, Jake Weinstein trying to get the Mid Smith screen. Mid Smith now from the wing. Shot clock running out. Ben Williams gets the rebound. Ben Williams with the layup. So a second chance opportunity taken advantage of by Sydney University. Sydney University yesterday was able to get into the paint time after time against UB. They had 33 two-point baskets. Now here's NCCU facing a 7-point deficit. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Sung, entry pass to Boubacar and Boop, and he's fouled. So, and Boop, who finished with 17 and 11 yesterday.
Number 2, Mitchell.
The post entry, Boubacar, and Boop getting swarmed by multiple Sydney U players, but nevertheless goes for the bucket and draws the foul. This is the first free throw. Boubacar and Boop, by the way, averaged 8 and 8 in last year's WUBS, so having a better tournament this year. Oh, and this free throw, but Sydney gets the ball back. And here is Ben Williams on the fast break, but gives the ball up again, and then it is loose again. Ben Williams gets it back again. And here's Weinstein to Mid Smith, over to Jake Weinstein, can't get it to go. And Boop comes up with a demonstrative rebound. And here's Wu pulling up from the wing, it's no good. Ignatius Mitchell gets the rebound and brings the ball up. So Sydney trying to slow it down here, going into the half-court set. Jake Weinstein over to Mid Smith. The handoff fake, using the screen. Jesse Weinstein, Mid Smith, straight line drive. The ball goes out of bounds, and it's still Australia ball, or Sydney University rather.
Number 17, Harry Evans.
Harry Evans checks in now, and Mid Smith comes out.
Number 9, Lin Anu.
And NU Lin checks in for NCCU as Shin Hao Sung comes off. Inbounds. Wow, they're running out of time here. Poked away. Somehow actually got, I think it was Mboop to touch the ball, and the ball went out of bounds again. This time a quick three-point attempt. It's too strong with very little left on the shot clock. Ziggy Mitchell, though, gets the rebound. Yet another chance by Sydney University. Ben Williams down low. The reverse lay-in is good.
7-6, Ben Williams.
So good execution by Sydney University. Ben Williams with 4 points today. Sydney University with a 9-point lead. So here's Lin. Suhao Lin, now it's NU Lin with the rebound. NU Lin makes it and takes the three-point. It's short. And Boop gets the rebound. And Boop, they're gonna call a travel on him. So Mboop with happy feet there gets called for the travel, and Zhang Yao Fu checks in. Fu, the freshman forward. Ziwei Chen, the head coach of NCCU, not looking very pleased here as they face a 9-point deficit. NCCU, of course, the champions in the 2023 WUBS and third place finishers last year. Fighting for fifth today, Ben Williams gets out of pressure. Ben Williams to Jesse. Over to the top of the key, it's Harry Evans. Setting a screen for Iggy Mitchell. Nice hook pass, Ben Williams. Good ball movement. Stop in the paint. Harry Evans, in the nick of time, gets the bucket. So with time running out, and now with the shot clock, rather the game clock running down, Sydney with the bucket, and they expand their lead to 11 points, 29-18, Sydney University after the first quarter. Welcome back to Yoyogi. It's the fifth place game between NCCU and Sydney University. Sydney leads 29-18. It's been tough sledding for NCCU, not only just the three-point shooting, but Boubacar Mboop, as we featured him in the pregame, he does have 7 rebounds. He has 2 points, but again, Sydney University, they have a lot of size and athleticism. And so Boubacar, he can't do it all by himself. Boubacar Mboop, the third-year junior from Senegal. So far he has 2 points. The leading scorer for NCCU is actually Shin Hao Sung, the guard. But still, the three-point shooting has been an issue for NCCU. Early in the game, Sydney started off 5 of 6 from beyond the arc. They're 5 of 9 so far, 56%. Meanwhile, NCCU is 1 for 9 from beyond the arc. So that's been the difference in the game so far. But again, Boubacar Mboop is going to have to hold up big time against the 7-footer Harry Evans and company. The kick out, NU Lee gives it up, and Sydney University on the break. Robbie Moore looks to Harry Evans, gets the ball back. Robbie Moore, Harry Evans again. Pass inside to Ben Williams. Great look there. Harry Evans, a very skilled passer. And Sydney leads by 13 points now. So here's NCCU getting to work. Backing in is Fu. Can't finish. Rebound. And here's Robbie Moore getting the ball. Jake Weinstein, the left-hand drive, up and under, it's no good. Meanwhile, NCCU on the break. NU Lee, Suhao Lin, bringing it back, getting a screen from Mboop. The pull-up mid-range, short. Tipped, and Sydney gets the ball, and there's a foul. So Weizhou Wang is charged with the foul.
Number 8, Wang. First personal, teams first. Substitution.
And here's Shin Hao Sung coming in as Weizhou Wang checks out. Suhao Lin checks out as well, and Shea comes in. Yunda Shea. Ben Williams. Jake Weinstein. Waiting for a Harry Evans screen here from the wing now. Getting smothered, getting it back. Robbie Moore takes it and nails it. Pardon me, it was Ben Williams. Ben Williams with the three-pointer. So that was Ben Williams' first three of the game. And Yulin, the Shin House Song. Bubakar with the screen song, snaking his way in. High off the glass, the back shot is good. And now it's a 14-point game. Sydney, oh, and little contact here as players collide. Chandler Skelton, take a look at this play prior. Shin House Song with a nice layup.
And substitution, NCCU, number 23, Kai Wu.
Kai Wu checks in for NCCU. Here's Jake Weinstein, great pass inside to Ben Williams. Loses the handle, but Sydney University gets the ball back to the top of the key here. Jake Weinstein spraying it to the corner. Chandler Skelton with a skilled move here. So a nice finger roll from the baseline attack. Chandler Skelton, who finished with 11 points yesterday. Here's Bubakar and Boob. Down low, Bubakar and Boob pushing his way in and draws the foul.
Foul. University of Sydney, number 6, Chandler Skelton.
So Chandler Skelton gets called for the foul again.
Number 2.
Bubakar and Boob getting double and triple teamed down low as he draws the foul and goes to the charity stripe. Indy faithful's Sydney University Lions with a 16-point lead here in the second quarter. They had an 11-point lead after the first, since they've padded their lead. Sydney leading 7-2 on the quarter. And
checking the personal fouls right now with the PO.
the table officials are double checking the foul count so far. Take a look at a prior play by Chandler Skelton, a very valuable piece for Sydney University. He adds a lot of depth here from the closeout attack. He drove baseline and switched hands and gets the very nifty finger roll. So very skilled players. Just, you know, on Sydney University, just in general, a lot of these players not only are students at Sydney University, but are pros at NBL 1, or in Iggy Mitchell's case, NBL. Still taking a little bit of time to check the foul counts, and who knows how much this is gonna ice Bubakar and Boop. Earlier he was 0 for 2 from the line. So again, this is the 4th annual WUBS. It's the 3rd and final day. This is the 5th place game between the NCCU Griffins from Chinese Taipei and Sydney University Lions from Australia. Great crowd on hand. It's not always been a full house, but it's been a loud house. And today, of course, a big contingent of NCCU fans. Probably a flight from Haneda to Taipei is, I don't know, 3-4 hours, I think. Maybe a 4-hour flight, 3-hour flight. Not that far. So, you know, for these fans, it's a great opportunity to come visit Tokyo and to check out their favorite basketball team. Take a look at Ben Williams here, number 76. He's the sophomore player for kind of a do-it-all forward. As you see him showing niffiness under the rim and cutting here. So very heady player with 9 points already. And then a 3-point shot here.
2 shots.
So we've seemed to cleared up the situation with the officials, and Bubakar goes on to miss the free throw. So, but for Sydney University, a lot of depth. You know, even from the non-starters today, Chandler Skelton and Ben Williams, of course, with 9 points. Bubakar and Boop makes the second free throw. So 1 for 4 today from the free throw line. It's a 15-point Sydney University lead. Harry Evans, Jake Weinstein from the wing. It's too strong. Here's NCCU. NU Lin to Singhao Sung driving, hesitating, off the glass. So a nice move. A very, very skilled player, Singhao Sung. Sydney University in the half court. Harry Evans. Harry Evans, the handoff to Chandler Skelton, almost botched. Skelton down low, sprays it outside. And the left-hand move, no good. And here's NCCU on the break. Lin over to the wing. The three-pointer is good. So Si Kai Wu with the three-pointer. He has 5 points today. So it's a 10-point Sydney University lead. Iggy Mitchell falling. And they are going to call a foul.
Foul NCTU, number 9, Lin.
NU Lin getting called for the foul. Almost looked like he kind of pulled the chair out from under Iggy Mitchell. Iggy Mitchell hit the deck. Could have been called for a travel, but was called for the foul. NCCU with their third team foul of the quarter. So an inbounds play here. Not sure what the discussion there was. From the baseline here, Harry Evans takes the handoff. Evans to Jake Weinstein using the Harry Evans screen. Back to Evans from the top of the key. The three-pointer is no good. And here is NCCU in the half-court set. And Boop, strong move, and Boop, no good. And Salas comes up with a rebound. Iggy Mitchell gets a lot of contact there and attempts the three-pointer, and he knocks it down. So Iggy Mitchell with the second three of the game, already 10 points. He had 25 points yesterday. And Yu Lin using the Mboop screen from the wing. And the shooter is fouled on the shot. Singhao Sung was fouled by, I think it's Brandon Salas on the three-point attempt.
Substitution, Lions, number 14, Mitch Smith.
This is Salas' second personal foul. Harry Evans goes to the bench and Mitch Smith checks in.
Free throw number 10, Shin Haosun, 2 shots.
Singhao Sung gets 3 shots here, but misses the first free throw. Singhao Sung with 10 points on the morning, or I guess now we're past noon, so on the afternoon. So it's an 11:30 start, local time start. 5:24 left in the second quarter. As you can see, a fan waving a Sung towel in the stands. A lot of Sung fans here. So he makes 2 out of the 3 free throws. 39-28 right now as Techi Shu checks in for NCCU. So Sydney University Jake Weinstein bringing the ball up. Guarded by Shea. Robbie Moore from the corner. It's no good. Mitch Smith gets a handle on it, but NCCU comes up with the rebound. Shu with the drive on the break. Shu takes it in himself. So it's kind of a coast-to-coast with detour, but now going the other end, Robbie Moore, Mitch Smith now. Oh, and it's stolen by NU Lin, and the pull-up wing three is no good. Chengchi Shu's three misses the mark, and the ball goes out of bounds. So quick sequence there. But both teams coming up empty on their respective past possessions. Here's Weinstein, Jake Weinstein, guarded by Shea. Njai guarded by Mitch Smith. Robbie Moore left open. Robbie Moore can't get the three to go. And Yulin. And Yulin getting the ball back from Wu. And Yulin, hesitation move. The wing three, knocked down by Shea. Yuda Shea. So now it's a 6-point game. So Sydney takes a timeout as they face yet again a run by NCCU. Take a look at Chengchi Shu being a factor in this game. This was what was the coast to coast with a little detour, but a nice layup. He did it all by himself. So NCCU on a bit of a run here as they close the gap. What has been pretty much, and here's Shea's three-pointer, which we just witnessed. The rookie player, Yunda Shea. So, Indy faithful, the message to the players perhaps is, they've had numerous double-digit leads, but NCCU keeps coming back from those double-digit leads. Perhaps Indy faithful wants less empty possessions. They're getting into the paint, but not always finishing, and now giving up those fast breaks to NCCU. And you can actually see the NCCU crowd getting hyped up in the stands there. Here's Jesse Weinstein getting the handoff from Ben Williams. Ben Williams hit a three earlier. This attempt, this one is an air ball. So another empty possession for Sydney University. But at least the ball was dead here, so Indy faithful surely does not want NCCU to go on those fast breaks, and that's a given for any team, but that's kind of shifted the momentum the Griffins' way. So pass inside, Njai, Mustafa Njai. The ball is knocked away, and Iggy Mitchell gets it back. Sydney University on the break. Ben Williams going downhill. Ben Williams can't finish. So this allows NCCU to go on a run again. And Yulin, botched handoff there. Chengchi Shu, and they're gonna call a foul. So they're gonna call a foul on Ben Williams. This is his second personal and the team's third. 3:21 left in the second quarter. The inbounds from the baseline. See Kaiwu inside. Oh, pass overthrown to Njai. And the ball out of bounds. So a costly turnover for NCCU, which had just gotten momentum back. Here's Ben Williams getting trapped. Oh, still can't get the ball out of his hands. Oh, and I think they're going to call an 8-second violation. So the aggressive defense, the pressure by NCCU, especially against what is traditionally not a ball handler. Double team by NU Lin and Shea, working beautifully for NCCU. NCCU, Techi Shu. Techi Shu pulls up, knocks it down. So now it's a 4-point game. Techi Shu with 7 points on the afternoon. Oh, and here's Brandon Salas. Gets knocked away, the ball, saves it. Oh, and then Njai gets a hand on it. Shovel pass to Wu. Can't connect on the 3. Somehow saving the ball is Sydney, but NCCU gets it back. Shea fakes it, drives, now from the corner. Techi Shu slowing it down. Shot clock at 10 seconds. And Yulin knocked away by Njai though. So Sydney University now kicking it ahead. Brandon Salas changing hands, kicking it out. The 3-point attempt by Jesse Weinstein. So a bit of a scramble on both ends, but Sydney University knocks down the 3. And here's a timeout called by NCCU by Coach Ziwei Chen. So right when we thought that NCCU was getting a hold of the game, they'd gotten the Sydney lead to within 4 points, but now they gave up that 3. Here's Shu knocking down the jumper earlier. That made it a 4-point game, but then after that, NCCU had a couple opportunities, but they weren't able to connect, and then Sydney goes on the break here. The Salas kick out to Jesse Weinstein, the 3-pointer. So now it's a 7-point lead. Jesse Weinstein with 3 points today. And here is Ziwei Chen trying to come up with a way to, even if they allow Sydney University to go on those fast breaks, I mean, you can't stop them all, right? But Sydney University hitting 47% of their 3-pointers today, 8 of 17. That's what NCCU wants to limit. Meanwhile, NCCU is 3 of 12, 25% from beyond the arc. So what was an 11-point Sydney University lead has now become a 7-point lead. So NCCU has cut into that lead, but they still want to cut in further here. Techi Shu. Techi Shu driving. Techi Shu blocked. But gets the ball back. Techi Shu from the corner. Can't knock it down. So couldn't take advantage of that second chance opportunity. Here's Jake Weinstein pulling up. Jesse rather. Smith cleaning it up. So Sydney takes a 9-point lead. Shin Hao Sung to Techi Shu. Rather Shea. The drive, the pull up. No good. Iggy Mitchell gets the rebound. And there's a foul called. Techi Shu gets called for the foul.
Foul on NCCU. Number 2, K. It's going to be his second personal team score.
Shu gets called for the foul.
NCCU, number 50.
Bukar and Book checks in for Mustafa Njai. Jesse Weinstein bringing the ball up. Guarded by Shing Hao Sung. Over to Mid-Smith. Mid-Smith with the fake. Handoff. Takes it himself. Can't get it to go. Ben Williams gets the rebound. On the ball. Tipped up. Out of bounds. And it's NCCU ball. So Iggy Mitchell couldn't corral the ball. So under a minute left. NCCU. Shin Hao Sung taking his time here. Hand off back to Sung. Sung attacking the paint. Sung can't get it to go. And Iggy Mitchell brings it back for Australia. Game clock, shot clock differential is about 3 seconds. Jesse Weinstein. So Here's Sydney actually trying to milk the game clock. Sydney gives up the ball though. And NCCU goes on the break. Chengchi finishes as the half ends. So a big turnover by Sydney University, and then the layup by Chengchi. So that's a 4-point swing there, potentially. Right there. Chengchi with the steal. And then on the break, taking it in all by himself to finish the half. So Sydney University leads 44-37 at the half. Welcome back to Yoyogi. It's the WUBS fifth place game between Sydney University and NCCU as Sydney leads 44-37 at the half. So let's take a look at the first half highlights here. NCCU and Sydney University, both powerhouses in their respective domestic college ranks here. Bubakar and Boob showing his might in the paint, but it really was Sydney's three-point shooting that made a big difference in the first quarter. That's Robbie Moore, pardon me, and then Robbie Moore again. And then Iggy Mitchell. So Sydney hitting on 5 of their 9 three-point attempts in the first quarter. Meanwhile, here's NCCU. Sin Hao Sung, their top scorer, getting an N1 play. And then later, this is Sydney University getting the job done in the paint. So finding the big man, Harry Evans. Sydney University did a good job of getting in the paint yesterday against UP, and there was a great cut there by Ben Williams. And then NCCU going to work. Sin Hao Sung getting into the paint. Very skilled player. And now here Chandler Skelton attacking the baseline. Switching hands, the hook shot. But NCCU, no quit in them, obviously. Facing a double-digit deficit, a 13-point deficit there, as you saw in the background, but they started to get some momentum back in the second quarter. Here's Chengchi Hsu. Meanwhile, Sydney, the three-point shooting was still very efficient in the second quarter. They were 3 of 8 from beyond the arc in the second quarter. But in the final moments of the first half, here was Chengchi Hsu getting the steal and getting the bucket. So what could have been a bigger lead for Sydney, could have been probably a 11-point lead for them, is now a 7-point lead. 44-37 is the score, as you see. But it's probably the 3-point differential there. NCCU just shooting 23%, whereas Sydney is shooting 47% from beyond the arc. And let's take a look at those threes again. Yeah, let's break this down. You know, obviously NCCU really struggled in the first quarter with their threes, and as a result, it led to Sydney University's fast breaks and easy three-point attempts. And Sydney, boy, did they take advantage of those. 5 of 9 in the first quarter. On the game so far, 8 of 17, 47%. So now can they keep this up? NCCU obviously needs to defend the perimeter better in order to close the gap here. And NCCU started off very inefficiently in the first quarter, but in the second quarter, they did make 2 of 4. So not a lot of attempts, but just the fact that they weren't giving up long rebounds leading to Sydney University fast breaks limited Sydney's scoring. In fact, in the second quarter, NCCU led 19-15. So what was an 11-point lead by Sydney University after the first quarter is now a 7-point lead. Not a comfortable lead by any means. Sydney University has to keep pressing hard on the gas. And NCCU, meanwhile, has got to shore up their perimeter defense in order to close the gap. Iggy Mitchell, obviously another big factor today. 25 points yesterday, 10 points today, and 4 rebounds. And you see Harry Evans, the big man, with 8 points as well. Very good passer too. Doesn't show on the stats sheet as he has 1 assist, but very good surveying the court. He is a 7-footer. I guess he has a good view too. And then there's Bubakar and Boop and Xinghao Sung. And Boop with 3 points. Xinghao Sung, the leading scorer for NCCU with 12 points. Techi Shu, the other guard, has chipped in with 9. So turnover numbers are similar. NCCU has 8, Sydney has 7. So not great, but not bad. It's really been the 3-point shooting, the story of the game so far. As we begin the second half. The crowd probably getting into it even further at halftime. There was a dance performance, and boy, was the crowd hyped for that. So, that shall carry over into the second half here.
Yeah, let's hear your voice from University of Sydney, Lawyer!
Patrick Yu, the public address announcer. He's a legend here in Japan, pumping up the crowd.
Third quarter.
So here we go. Jake Weinstein. Weinstein gives it to Salas. Robbie Moore. Harry Evans looking like he's going to set a screen. Changing the angle. Robbie Moore attacking to the outside again. Running out of time. Jake Weinstein off the backboard. It's no good. So Mboop gets the rebound. And NCCU goes to work. Techi Shu. Chengchi Shu, guarded by Iggy Mitchell. Now Salas switching on to him. Xinghao Sung. Xinghao Sung pulling up. Great shot, a difficult shot. Fadeaway shot makes it 14 points. So now it's a 5-point game. So NCCU electing to go with a lot of difficult mid-range shots, but Sung was able to make that one. Jake Weinstein taking the pass. Harry Evans taking the handoff. The handoff back to Jake Weinstein. The drive, and he's fouled.
No basket. Foul, NCCU, number 12.
So, number 12, Suhao Lin is called for the foul. It's his first personal foul.
Free throw at the line, number 7, Jake Weinstein, 2 shots.
At one point in the second quarter, NCCU got it to a 4-point margin. And right now it's a 5-point margin. Jake Weinstein misses the first free throw. Weinstein with 3 points on the night. It's his first time at the free throw line today. Makes the second one. And it is a 6-point Sydney University lead. So getting swarmed was NCCU. Wu. Here's Mboop. Back outside using the screen. Wu inside to Mboop. Mboop, strong move. A lot of contact. Can't get the rebound. Iggy Mitchell. Sydney. Here's Iggy Mitchell again, guarded by Xinghao Sung. Harry Evans with the screen. Iggy Mitchell takes it himself and gets it to go. So 12 points on the day for Iggy. Ignatius Mitchell. Xinghao Sung. Sung inside, nice pass to Mboop. Mboop left hand and one. So the left-handed Bubakar Mboop with the nice left-hand hook shot. A soft touch. Foul by Harry Evans.
The move at the line. Shooting one.
So Mboop, who's 1 for 4 from the line today, and he makes this one.
Nice shot.
So now it is a 5-point game. Oh, and there is an offensive foul called on Sydney University.
Offensive foul. Lions number 2, Mitchell.
Called on
Second
Iggy Mitchell.
personal, team second.
His second personal foul. So an empty possession, turnover there for Sydney University. And here is NCCU having a chance to make it a 1-possession game. Shinghao Sung from the top of the key, nails it. So it's a 2-point game. Shinhao Sung. Robbie Moore, hand off to Salas, to Jake Weinstein. Harry Evans. Harry Evans. Iggy Mitchell asking for the screen.
Foul, NCCU.
There's an NCCU foul call.
Number 2, 10. It's going to be his third personal, team second.
Chengchi Shu gets called for the foul. This is the Shinhao Sung 3 that made it a 2-point game. Iggy Mitchell. So Sydney trying to open up the lead again. Iggy Mitchell. Contested shot, and last touch by NCCU, out of bounds, Sydney University ball. So what had been a double-digit lead for Sydney University, just a 2-point lead now. A quick shot, high-arcing shot is no good. And it's NCCU, Techi Shu. Boubacar Mboop back to Shu. Techi Shu driving, Techi Shu, a lot of contact. And Mboop can't get it to go. And it's Sydney University with the rebound. Jake Weinstein to the wing, attacking, bounce pass, intercepted. And now it is Sung on the break from the corner. Step back shot by Techi Shu, too strong. But Pan on the rebound, but then getting it back is Sydney University. Here's Iggy Mitchell. Oh, the hook pass intercepted by Lin. Suhao Lin, strong move. So the game is tied up. We are all tied up here at the 5-minute mark in the third quarter. It's been an uphill climb for NCCU, but the fans in the stands are energized as well. Here's Robbie Moore snaking through. Robbie Moore with the layup.
Robbie Moore.
So Sydney University retakes the lead. Slowing it down is Shinhao Sung in the half-court set here. Wu, Sung. Sung driving, Sung high off the glass, so we're tied again. 49-49. Taking the shot. Robbie Moore, bounce pass to Harry Evans, the soft touch, the layup. So Sydney University with another lead. A quick drive, great footwork by Shinhao Sung. We're tied again, so we're just going back and forth, trading 2-pointers here. Iggy Mitchell facing pressure from Wu. Skip pass, Brandon Salas attacking the baseline, but gives it up. NCCU, a chance to take the lead here. Suhao Lin. Back to Techi Shu. Techi Shu guarded by Iggy Mitchell. And Boop with the screen. Techi Shu, high off the glass again. NCCU takes over. Timeout called by Sydney University. 4-minute mark. What had been a very tough uphill battle for NCCU. now takes over the game.
後半1回目のタイムアウトです。
It was a 7-point deficit at the half, but NCCU going on what is an amazing sequence here. They're trading buckets, but Shinghao Sung with 21 points already. He had 12 at the half, so he has 9 already partway into the third quarter. Shinghao Sung showing the footwork, the Euro step here. Wow. And then Techi Shu, same thing. Attacking the paint. Getting past the defenders. So Sydney, you know, right now they're facing a tough stretch. Coach Indy faithful. Just 7 points. 16-7 quarter right now for NCCU. And Sydney, how could they hold off NCCU's momentum? Obviously now they have to be able to protect the paint. NCCU has had a little bit of trouble, although they've been shooting better from 3 as of late, but still under 30%. And so they've elected to go heavy on attacking the paint. And it's been very successful for NCCU. So, Yi Faithful was able to calm down his troops here. Jesse Weinstein, the youngster. Mitch Smith. Oh, and the ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by NCCU. It's still Sydney ball. So it's been a quick bucket here for Sydney. So Robbie Moore with the layup. Game is tied. Robbie Moore with 10 points. And Yu Lee getting checked by Robbie Moore. And Yu Lee to Wei Wang. Back to Enyu Lee, running out of time, the shot. And Mboop actually got the ball, but it's a jump ball situation. Scramble for the ball under the rim. And they're really jostling for that ball. Seven-point lead for Sydney at the half evaporated. It's a tie game now. It's been a back and forth affair now. And who knows how this game is going to play out going forward, but both teams playing in the third and final game of the tournament. And it's been a spirited one. Muhammad Njai checking in, giving Boubacar Mboop a breather. Mboop already has 10 rebounds on the day. Number 34, Njai, as I mentioned earlier, played high school basketball in Japan at Hachioji Gakuen in the greater Tokyo area. Inbounds pass to Su-Hao Lin. Njai with the screen. From the wing is Wu. The three is short. And there is a foul call on the rebound.
Foul. Lions, number 14, Smith.
So Mitch Smith is called for the foul.
He's third.
And it's NCCU ball again. See Kai Wu to Lin, to Enyu Lin. Enyu Lin.
3 seconds violation.
This was a 3-second violation called on Muhammad Njai, I believe. So a turnover here. In Sydney, another chance to retake the lead here. Jesse Weinstein driving. Pass inside to Ben Williams. Njai comes up with it, and NCCU with another opportunity to take the lead. Wu back to Enyu Lin. Enyu Lin driving, attacking. It's no good, but Njai gets the rebound, the hook shot. So the former Hachioji Gakuen player gets his first 2 points on the day, and those are big ones. NCCU retakes the lead, and defense by NCCU coming up big again here. Trying to make it now a 5-point lead. The three, no good. Njai with the offensive rebound and the putback. So Muhammad Njai coming up big. NCCU with a 4-point lead. It's a now 20-7 quarter for NCCU. Momentum in their favor in the third quarter. Oh, and Sydney University loses the ball. Another turnover. The turnover is piling up for Sydney University. 3 already in this quarter. As you saw, Bubakar and Boob sitting. He'll probably be back soon, but getting a breather. And Njai in his place has done a marvelous job inside to Wu. Back outside. And Yulin. Su-Hai Lin gets knocked down, and he knocks down the three. There's no foul call, but NCCU takes a 7-point lead, and they steal the ball again. Attacking Su-Hai Lin. The ball is stripped out of bounds. It's still NCCU ball. So NCCU taking over in this second half as they take a 7-point lead. Inbounds, and Yulin. And Yulin outside. Su-Hai Lin from the corner. No good. Sydney with a chance to cut into the NCCU lead. On the break, though, they can't finish. Oh, and a man falls. Hitting the deck is Mitch Smith. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Muhammad Njai, I believe.
Offensive foul. NCCU number 34, Ndaye.
So a turnover here for NCCU. They did have a chance to make it a double-digit lead on the three-point attempt, but it remains a 3-point lead for NCCU. Sydney trying to get back into the ball game here. Jesse Weinstein. Iggy Mitchell has not been much of a factor in this quarter. Inside in the short corner, Iggy Mitchell, turnaround jumper, it's good.
Iggy Mitchell.
So Iggy Mitchell with 14 points, 4 points on the quarter. And Yulin, NCCU, 30 seconds left in the third quarter with a 5-point lead. The drive, can't get the shot. NCCU gets another chance. Shot is short. And a couple guys hitting the deck. Njai and Mitch Smith getting tangled up. Very physical. They're calling a double foul.
First of all, foul on NCCU number 34, Ndaye.
So Muhammad Njai getting called with the foul, and Mitch Smith also getting charged with the foul. Both teams, team fouls-wise, is at the limit. 18.3 seconds left in the third quarter. NCCU with a big third quarter has now taken over the game. 5-point lead. Pressure by NU Lin. NU Lin, great pressure on Jesse Weinstein. And Sydney University running out of time here. They can't get anything going here. The desperation shot by Jake Weinstein is no good. So a big quarter by NCCU. They take over the lead. They have a 60-55 lead now after the third. So a humongous third quarter by the NCCU Griffins to take over the lead here in the 5th place game. NCCU now leads 60-55 after tying it up. In fact, they started the half with a 7-point deficit, but here's Njai filling in for the starting center and Boop with the hook shot, and then later gets the offensive rebound and the putback. But it's been all NCCU in the third quarter. It was a 23-11 quarter. And as you saw, that was Soo-Hao Lin who had 5 points in that third quarter, and also Sin-Hao Sung had 9 points in that quarter. You know, as opposed to, and this is on the game here, Sung with 21 and Shu with 11, Soo-Hao Lin with 10. But what a difference, tale of two halves so far. And, you know, I talked about Iggy Mitchell being a bit of a non-factor. He still had 4 points, 14 points on the game in the third quarter. But, you know, Robbie Moore, also one of the scoring guys on Sydney, had 4 points, as opposed to a couple of the NCCU guys who totaled 14 points. So that's been the difference here in the third quarter. And NCCU certainly able to get into the paint against Sydney University. And another turnover. NU Lin getting chased down. Oh, and can't finish. Here's Robbie Moore. Sydney University facing a 5-point deficit in the half-court set here. Robbie Moore with the wing three. It's no good. And that's another thing about Sydney University. They were lights out in the first half from three-point land, but only 2 of 7, or rather, they only had 1 attempt actually, so 0 for 1 in the third quarter. So they weren't able to get those 3-point attempts. Here's Soo-Hao Lin, who knocks it down. So Soo-Hao Lin, 13 points on the day. Now an 8-point lead for NCCU. They have really woken up in the second half. On a ball given up by NU Lin. Sydney with an opportunity to cut into the margin here. Iggy Mitchell, but Weijia Wang with very swarmy defense. And Sydney University, Smith taps it in. Oh, and a kick-ahead pass goes out of bounds. So careless mistake by NCCU. Techi Shu checks in for NCCU as NU Lin comes off. And Chandler Skelton comes in. Iggy Mitchell goes off. Here's Sydney University going to work. Ben Williams, Chandler Skelton. Weinstein gives it up. Jake gives it up, and it's NCCU ball on the break, pulling up. Techi Shu can't get it to go. Mitch Smith with the rebound. Robbie Moore guarded by Techi Shu. Ben Williams screen. Robbie Moore from the corner. Pass to the wing. Mitch Smith knocks down the 3. So it's a 3-point game. Mitch Smith with 8 points on the day. NCCU. So probably going down to the wire here, folks. 3-point game. Techi Shu. There's no quit in either team, that's for sure. Techi Shu over to the wing. And the drive. No good. The ball goes out of bounds. Oh, and officials say it's last touch by Sydney University, so it's NCCU ball. As you can see,
Number 10,
it was Jake Weinstein who did last touch the ball. So Tika Wu checking in, Sing-Hao Sung checking in. So 2 of the big 3 for NCCU checking in. Techi Shu, Sing-Hao Sung. Sung over to Wu. Wu driving, no good. And here's Jake Weinstein bringing the ball up, whipping it to Mitch Smith, over to Ben Williams. Mitch Smith over to the corner. Jake Weinstein attacking the paint, kicking it out. Mitch Smith, who earlier had a 3, attacking, passing. Smothered was Jake Weinstein, and they're going to call a foul on NCCU.
Number 12, to Holly.
They're going to call a foul on, there it is, on the pass attempt. Su-Hao Lin with the foul, his second personal. So 7 minutes to go. NCCU with a 3-point lead. Sydney University a chance to tie it up here. Smith with the three, it's no good. Getting the rebound, oh, but then the pass goes into the backcourt. A turnover. Sydney University can't take advantage of the second chance opportunity. Techi Shu, the jumper, no good. Njai trying to clean it up, gets his rebound again. Muhammad Njai backing into Ben Williams, spraying it from the outside. Lin with the three-pointer. Su-Hao Lin. So NCCU with the 6-point lead. Robbie Moore spraying it. Smith thought about it, attacking. Now Robbie Moore back to the top of the key, using the Smith screen. But there's a foul called. NCCU. Techi Shu is called for the foul. Grabbing Robbie Moore on the play as he was trying to fight over the screen.
Substitution for NCCU, number 50, Mboop.
So Boubacar Mboop, after a brief rest, checks back in. He has 10 rebounds on the day. Great job by Muhammad Njai, who filled in and added 4 points in Mboop's absence. Here's Smith attacking the paint, turnaround jumper, no good. NCCU gets the ball back, 6 minutes left. Here's Techi Shu using the Boubacar Mboop screen. The pull-up jumper, too strong by Xinghao Sung. Wu gets the rebound. Techi Shu. Pass inside, good pass, but Mboop couldn't finish. They are going to call a foul on Sydney University.
Number 6, Skelton.
Chandler Skelton is called for the foul right here as he swats Mboop's right hand.
Lions, number 2, Iggy Mitchell.
So Iggy Mitchell, after a brief rest, checks back in. And Harry Evans is back.
NCCU free throw, Mboop.
So Indy faithful matching Mboop's size with Evans' size.
There's one more
Mboop makes the first free throw as NCCU now takes a 7-point lead. It's a 3-possession lead now. Makes the second, so 68-60. Facing an uphill battle now is Sydney University. Robbie Moore stops, bounces it out. Back to Harry Evans. Fakes the handoff. Iggy Mitchell from the corner. Brandon Salas, too strong. The rebound corralled by NCCU. So NCCU trying to extend their lead. Xinghao Sung, the three-pointer. It's good. Xinghao Sung with 24 points on the day. A timeout is called by Sydney University. 5:11 left in this 5th place match. NCCU down 11 after 1, down 7 after 2, but they took over in the second half. It was a 5-point lead after the third, and now it is an 11-point lead. As you see, it's been a lot of heroics from this man, Techi Shu, but also Su-Hao Lin, and definitely this man right here, Xinghao Sung. Xinghao Sung, 14 points in the second half. 24 points on the day, leading the game. So 5:11 left. Somehow Sydney University has to overcome this 11-point deficit. Both teams perhaps unfortunate to draw tough teams in the opening day. NCCU obviously lost to DLSU the first game and ended up in the consolation bracket. A steal! Chinghao Sung lays it in. Showing off his athletic ability and speed, 26 points. And Sydney, of course, lost to NSSU Nittai-Dai on the first day. Ended up in the consolation bracket, defeated UP yesterday to get to this 5th place game, but NCCU dominating the second half. A steal by Techi Shu, spraying it. Su Hao Lin, the 3, no good. Iggy Mitchell brings it up. Sydney University playing fast. Robbie Moore, the 3-pointer off the mark. Batting it, Smith getting the ball. Rob Moore. Iggy Mitchell, the 3-pointer. Ignatius Mitchell. Sydney University trying to hang around. So NCCU calls a timeout. First timeout for NCCU in the second half here. Robbie Moore's 3 was off the mark, but Iggy Mitchell actually batting it out, getting the ball back from the top of the key, draining the 3-pointer. So he has 17 points on the day. Iggy Mitchell, Ignatius Mitchell of 25 points yesterday, and he has been a revelation for Sydney University. But it's been a lot of Chinghao Sung and NCCU in the second half, and at Sydney University, the Lions try to claw back with 4:20 left. Sydney University, Lions were lights out from beyond the arc in the first half, and it's settled down a bit, but they're still shooting 40% from three-point land. And NCCU, for all the three-pointers that they've been hitting, still at 33%. So there is a margin there, but it's really been the paint points and the turnovers that have hurt Sydney. Sydney University now with 18 turnovers. Chinghao Sung using the Mboob screen. Chinghao Sung, the finger roll, gets it to go. 28 points. The star of the game, behind the back pass. Smith, the 3, no good. Iggy Mitchell gets the rebound. Second chance opportunity, and he is fouled by Su Hao Lin.
Foul, NCCU number 12, Su Hao Lin. Third personal.
That's third. That's a third foul for Su Hao Lin. And for NCCU, the third team foul.
Lions from the side.
3:49 left in the fourth quarter. Sydney University obviously still has an opportunity, but they need to work fast. Shot clock winding down. Iggy Mitchell. Smith gets the rebound. Robbie Moore attacking, swinging it. Brandon Salas, the 3 is no good. And Sydney University almost had a hand on this ball again, and actually NCCU gets called for the foul.
NCCU number 10, Shin-Hao-Sun.
So Chinghao Sung gets called for the loose ball foul. So Sydney University with another opportunity here. Iggy Mitchell getting the inbounds. Guarded by Techi Shu. Iggy Mitchell loses the handle. Shot clock running out of time here. Gets the heave off, but not a good enough shot. As NCCU goes on the break here. They're gonna slow it down. Su Hao Lin. Back to Sheng Hao Sung. Taechi Shu guarded by Brandon Salas. Over to Sheng Hao Sung. Getting the Mboop screen. Sheng Hao Sung pulls up a long two, and he is fouled on the shot attempt.
Foul plays number 14, Smith.
Mitch Smith is charged with the foul. It's his fourth. 2:51 left, and Sydney University is starting to run out of time here. But Sung misses the free throw.
One more shot.
So what is now a 4-possession lead by NCCU can be a 5-possession lead. And he misses this, and Iggy Mitchell gets the rebound, and still a 4-possession game, but Robbie Moore, Ben Williams, Salas, over to Mitch Smith. Back to Robbie Moore. Mitch Smith setting the screen. Robbie Moore trying to get into the paint, can't. Ben Williams, and he is called for the travel. So he had a couple issues yesterday with travels as well, but Ben Williams, Sydney University having trouble getting into the paint. Good defense by NCCU. Weijia Wang checks in.
Number 7, Jake Weinstein.
Jake Weinstein checks in for Sydney University. 2:28 left. NCCU trying to run away with it. Would be a big come from behind victory for them. They took over in the third quarter. Sheng Hao Sung from the top of the key. Sung open again from the wing. Thin air ball. Iggy Mitchell gets the ball, and Robbie Moore attacking. Robbie Moore getting downhill, but he's declined. And NCCU comes up big again. So NCCU just trying to work the clock here, of course. 12-point lead, and still pedal to the pedal. Oh, and here's the blocking foul called against Sydney University. So Mitch Smith, I think this is his 5th foul, I believe. As you can see, wow. I mean, Bubakar really, and Boob kind of using his right elbow and shoving into Mitch Smith, but Mitch Smith called for the blocking foul, and he has fouled out. So, you know, great effort by him, and again, a great tournament by him, the 4th-year senior for Sydney University. But it's going to be a tough uphill climb if, with 1:46 left, it's going to take a lot of quick baskets by Sydney University to try and overcome this 12-point deficit.
NCCU, number 12, Tu Hao Lin.
So Tu Hao Lin checks in place of Weijia Wang for NCCU. Just mopping up the restricted area there. Tu Hao Lin yesterday in the first half game against Hong Kong University seemed to twist his ankle and was down for a bit and had to be carried off, and we were concerned, like, is he going to be okay? Not just for the rest of the tournament, but, you know, for the upcoming season even, of course. And then he came back in the second half and he was fine. So, you know, showing a lot of strength and toughness. Sydney University will be taking a flight back from Haneda to Sydney tonight as their UBL season begins in a couple days. And Boob, strong move inside, gets the bucket. And now it is a 5-possession game. Bubakar and Boob, 10 points, 10 rebounds, the double-double. And here is Josh Spark with the 3-pointer. So he comes in, his first minutes and points of the game. And full court pressure by Sydney University. Almost trying to stop the clock at the same time, but they need some steals. They need turnovers from NCCU. NCCU, Chengchi Shu drives, no good. Sydney University gets the ball back. The kick ahead, but overthrown. So a little bit rushed. Sydney University obviously eager to try and get quick points, but a turnover, which I believe is their 19th turnover of the game. That has been kind of the crux, what has been their Achilles heel in the second half. Sing-Hao Sung, the pull up the long three by Tsu-Hao Lin is no good. So Sydney University, Robbie Moore getting smothered. Salas driving, Salas draws the foul. So 31.9 seconds left. And Boop gets charged with his second foul. So NCCU, the Griffins, who were third place finishers last year, and the Sydney Lions, who were the fourth place finishers.
One more shot.
So obviously for them, this was a sort of a rematch, but instead of the third place game, it's the fifth place game, and it looks like NCCU, with a double-digit lead here with 31.9 seconds, is going to come away with the victory. And Yu Lin checks back in, and Sydney needs to stop the clock. NCCU getting the ball ahead. The three-pointer is no good. Gets the ball back, and Boop bobbling the ball, loose ball. Sydney gets it back. The three is no good, and Wu gets the ball back. And as they bring the ball into the front court here, the clock winds down, and it is an NCCU come from behind victory. And NCCU, the Griffins, are the fifth place finishers at the fourth annual WUBS. So congratulations to NCCU. And obviously a great 3 days by Sydney University as well. A great first half, but a lot of turnovers in the second half, but boy, oh boy, NCCU really came to life. Their star players, especially Sing-Hao Sung, came to life in the second half as NCCU comes away with the victory. But it really was that third quarter, as you look at the quarter breakdown once again, when NCCU took over. A lot of Tsu-Hao Lin fans and Chengchi Shu fans, but also Sing-Hao Sung fans in the stands, and as Sydney University and their faithful give respect to the Lions, and NCCU bowing to their contingent. A lot of fans from Taiwan here on hand today. So once again, congrats. Boubacar and Boob had a big game as well. Consecutive games with a double-double. The Senegalese exchange player, as did Mustafa Njai, who played his high school ball in Japan, the Senegalese exchange student player for NCCU. But again, it was this man all day long, Sing-Hao Sung. Let's take a look at the highlights. So NCCU and Sydney University with high hopes to try and show their mettle here. As for them, you know, obviously they wanted to be in the winner's bracket, but fighting for a top spot in the consolation bracket. And it was all Sydney University, especially in the first quarter. Robbie Moore with the three-pointer. Robbie Moore again. Sydney University in the first quarter went 5 of 9 from 3. This was Iggy Mitchell, and boy, did he have a great 3 days, a great tournament for Iggy Mitchell. And fighting for the ball, NCCU obviously having to deal with a double-digit lead throughout the first half. Still playing gritty basketball. And here's Harry Evans, the 7-footer. He had a great tournament as well. A great pass, great vision. His teammate Ben Williams. Meanwhile, it was Xinghao Sung. At first, wasn't getting those threes, but he was attacking the paint. And then here, speaking of attacking the paint, was Chandler Skelton with a nifty move here, attacking the baseline. And then Chi Kai Wu, one of the big 3 for NSSU. As you saw in the background at the time, NCCU faced a 13-point deficit. Catchy shoe though. And also they kept chipping away. That's the key. As Ziwei Chen, the head coach, I'm sure, implored their guys, chip away, chip away. And this was Jesse Weinstein with a 3. Sydney University shooting at a very high clip in the first half, but then this might have been a bit of a defining moment. The last play of the first half was a Techi Shu steal and layup, and that actually narrowed what could have been an 11-point lead to a 7-point lead for Sydney University. And then in the third quarter, NCCU took over. Here's Iggy Mitchell with the bucket. He was relatively quiet in that second half, and Xinghao Sung getting a perfect pass through to Boubacar Mboub. All told, this third quarter for NCCU was a 23-11 quarter. Here's Xinghao Sung with one of his 2 threes on the night. And then it was Techi Shu, but it was the relentless attacking of the Sydney University paint which made the difference. Of course, Sydney University with numerous turnovers in the second half, which led to a lot of the paint touches by NCCU. Here's Mitch Smith again, showing his grit. And Mitch Smith now with a 3-pointer. So the game was still close at the time. After NCCU tied it up in the third, Sydney University came back and momentarily retook the lead, but then NCCU, courtesy of Su Hao Lin and Xinghao Sung with 3-pointers. NCCU still finished with only 30% from the 3-point line, but still, it was the paint touches and the clutch threes that made the difference in the end. Here's another nifty move by Xinghao Sung. What a great finish. What a great finisher. So NCCU dominating the second half, especially the third quarter, and end up with a 77-67 victory. So as you look at the breakdown, actually the efficiency shooting-wise still in favor of Sydney University, but you look at the turnovers, that was the biggest difference. 21 turnovers by Sydney University, and that led to a lot of fast break points by NCCU, hence the taking over in the second half and the 10-point victory for 5th place. Let's take a look at the tournament bracket here. So if you look at the bottom right here, it's the 5th place game won by NCCU. And now, after this, we have the 3rd place game. So that's the bottom left graphic. It's JUBF select team versus NSSU Nitai Dai. That's going to be an all-Japan matchup. Of course, Nitai Dai probably tough game yesterday. Obviously, you know, they wished against Korea they were leading the first half, and they hoped that they could be in the final, but they won't. So let's take a look at the schedule. Again, NCCU with a 10-point victory. And in roughly an hour, we have the third place match between JUBF Select Team and NSSU Nitai Dai. And then the finals at 4:20 p.m. This is a rematch of last year, De La Salle versus Korea. So that's going to be fun. So the 5th place game in the books. Congratulations to both teams. We have 2 more games on the slate. The 3rd place game and the championship game coming up.